Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Wednesday, June 17th, 2015, around 8:03 in the evening, Berwick, Massachusetts. Sun's going down, had a mix of sun and clouds today, highs around 70 and stuff, low humidity and stuff, which is good. This weather we could deal with all year. Some news to report: players to WWE Hall of Famer Blackjack Mulligan, who suffered a heart attack, and Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker will be the Grand Marshal at this year's Phantom Gourmet Hot Dog Safari Saturday at Fenway Park. And that's about it on the news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is a continuation of great Los Angeles athletes, and I reached Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is one of the most famous players in NBA history. He played his entire career for the LA Lakers. After he retired, he became a businessman, a spokesperson for the HIV virus, and other stuff. Magic real name is Earvin Magic Johnson Jr., and he was born and he grew up in Lansing, Michigan. He played basketball at a young age, and he played in high school. He was one of the top players in Michigan his senior year in high school, and then he was recruited by a lot of colleges, including Indiana, UCLA, and Michigan, but he chose the Michigan State Spartans to play his college basketball career. He played 2 seasons with the Spartans. He averaged 17.1 points per game, 27.6 rebounds per game, and 7.9 assists. And he was an All-American his second year at Michigan State, and in his sophomore year with Michigan State, the Spartans won the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship by beating the Indiana Sycamores, and playing for the Indiana Sycamores was Larry Bird. The Magic Johnson-Larry Bird rivalry started in college in the NCAA basketball tournament. And then Magic Johnson decided he wanted to turn pro, and he was drafted number 1 overall by the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA draft, the 1979 NBA draft. Magic was a point guard, and this really helped the Lakers. He teamed with, for many years, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and other Lakers players, including James Worthy and others. And Magic played all 13 seasons in his NBA career with the Lakers. 5 times he was an NBA champion for the Lakers. 3 times he was the NBA's most valuable player. 3 times he was the NBA's Finals most valuable player. 12 times he played in the All-Star game. 9 times he was NBA's first team. 1 time he was NBA's All-Second team. 4 times he scored 20 or more points per game during the season. 9 times he averaged 10 or more assists per season. And Magic Johnson and Larry Bird had a lot of great rivalries in the NBA. They faced off against each other in the finals 3 times, 1984, 1985, and 1987. Bird and Magic Johnson were like the 2 of the important figures that saved the NBA from sudden destruction in the late 70s and stuff. That's another story for another day, for another video blog, which I'll tell you about in the future. Magic Johnson got a lot of endorsements and stuff while playing in LA and stuff like that, and he was still going strong. He played in many NBA finals and stuff, and he was probably one of the great all-around point guards in NBA history. But in 1991, before the 1991-1992 NBA season, Magic Johnson left the Lakers because he wasn't feeling good, and he had to take a physical for an insurance policy for his family and stuff. And when he was taking the insurance policy, he tested positive for the HIV virus, and Magic Johnson had to retire from the NBA because of it, and it was one of the most shocking things in sports history of him retiring at a young age and stuff. And Magic Johnson, said when he was younger, he had, unprotected sex with ladies and stuff, and that's how he probably acquired the HIV virus and stuff. But Magic stayed positive about that. He eventually became a spokesperson for the HIV virus, telling to have safe sex and stuff, and don't have sex if you don't feel comfortable with it and stuff. And Magic continued once in a while to dabble and play basketball. He played in the 1992 NBA All-Star Game. Even though he retired, he was still on the ballot, and he played on the NBA All-Star Game in Orlando, and he had an amazing game. He won the most valuable player of the NBA All-Star Game, and he also played on the Olympic Dream Team in 1992. Magic attempted a comeback in the NBA in the 1992-1993 season pre-game, but one game that he accidentally cut himself by mistake, and then a lot of players were afraid that they didn't want to play against him because they were afraid that they would catch the HIV virus, and you can't catch the HIV virus if getting cut and stuff. But Magic decided to abort that comeback, and eventually became part owner of the Lakers. And in 1994, he dabbled briefly coaching the Lakers, but it was for a half season. The Lakers had a horrible season, so he quit doing that. He attempted a real comeback in 1996 for the Lakers, but he didn't have what it took to play in the NBA again, because he was 36 years old and he was way past his prime, and he finally retired after that. And when Magic finally retired from the NBA in 1996, he had a lot on his plate. He worked for NBC, TNT, and ABC as an NBA analyst and a color man for some of the games. He actually dabbled into entertainment. He actually hosted his own late night talk show called The Magic Show, which was on in the summer of 1998, but it was a horrible talk show. It was probably one of the worst creations of all time. It was seen in Boston, Fox 25, but for what I heard, it was an awful show. It just got canceled within months. And Magic Johnson has other interests outside of sports. He owns a record label called Magic 32 Records. He owns an enterprise which has movie productions and owns theater and real estate and stuff. Magic Johnson got voted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 2002, first ballot. His number 32 is retired by the Los Angeles Lakers. And Magic's also a businessman as well. And he owns part of the Dodgers. He bought them in Group bought them in 2012. He owns part of the LA Sparks, the WNBA team out of Los Angeles. And also Magic Johnson owns the rights to a future MLS team in Los Angeles, which should be playing in a few years. And there's a push that Magic Johnson wants to get an NFL team back to Los Angeles and stuff. But the rules state that if a majority owner of the NFL team, he cannot own another sports team. If he's a majority owner of an NFL team, he would have to diverse in his interest in the other sports teams. But it's Magic Johnson. I think the NFL should waive that off if he somehow gets a piece of an NFL team to come to Los Angeles and stuff. And plus, he's still feeling great, Magic Johnson. He has no symptoms of the AIDS at all. He's still going strong at age 56. And his career stats was 17,707 points, averaging 19.5 points per game, 6,559 rebounds, 7.2 rebounds per game, and 10,441 assists, 11.2 assists per game. Those are amazing stats. Magic Johnson is probably one of the 10 best players in NBA history, and he's probably one of the most marketable like players of all time and stuff, and having a lot of business ventures after retiring from basketball, like Michael Jordan. He's worth millions and millions of dollars. I think he's close to $1 billion, Magic Johnson, with all the stuff he does. And that's about it on Magic Johnson. And that's about it on these video blogs for tonight: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Tomorrow, 3 more video blogs coming your way. First video blog will be the review of the 1998 King of the Ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that was famous for the Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Mankind. And the second video blog will be about the review of like Fuse Bistro in downtown Lowell. The third and final video blog of the night will be the personality profile, Blake Griffin, and more great video blogs are coming your way in the coming days, months, weeks, years, decades, centuries, millenniums ahead. And like I always say, keep calm, and I'm a Julie Brennan guy. And in the words of Sean Lucha, get out. Bye now.